Hello everyone, welcome back. We are now familiar with how to create an account in the Azure portal and how to use Azure portal. So the first thing that we are going to discuss is the storage in Azure. Okay, so there are different benefits or advantages of data storage in Azure. We'll discuss few of them. First of all is automated backup and recovery. So if you have already used some database or any file you have used to keep your data, so if you want that, okay, if there is some problem in the machine, the data should not be lost. If I really want that, then what we have to do, that we have to take some backup of the data, and the backup should be in such a way that when the actual data is lost, then I can recover from the backup. So that is some very basic requirement of any important data storage. And in case of on-premise server, we have to do that on our own, right? Because we have to think, whenever I am storing any data, I have to think that how to keep the backup of that data, and so that we can do some recovery in case of any problem. But in when you are storing data in Azure, then you don't need to think of it. There will be automated backup and recovery, so I really don't have to bother that how to take the backup, where to take the backup, and how to maintain it properly. So all these things will be handled by the cloud provider, that is Azure. Okay, then replication across the globe. So it does the backup, and not only that, it does the replication of the data across the globe, because they have the data centers or the physical servers in different locations. So whenever you will create new services, you will see that you have to select some location from some drop down list. So this location means that they have their physical servers, their storage units in different parts of the world, so that not only you are taking backup, but you are saving in some different locations in the world, so that if it is difficult to retrieve data from one location, maybe for some reason, some physical reason, some natural disaster or something, then the data can be retrieved from some other location. So that type of reliability we are getting when you are storing the data in Azure. Okay, then comes support for data analytics. So I can do some analytics on data, that how the data is getting stored, how it is getting increased, like that many types of analytics we can do on the data. Then encryption capability. So whenever you are storing the data, it is encrypted, and whenever you are trying to retrieve the data, it is getting decrypted and you get it. So there are many security features actually, those are implemented on your data, so that it is always safe and secure. Okay, then multiple data types. So as in any application, any project, we have to keep data of different types. And in nowadays, it's like, you know, that there can be so many types of data in different volume, different type. So everything can be stored here. I will discuss that how many types of data storage options are available in Azure, so you can take benefit of that. If you are doing it on your own in the on-premise, then you have to think of that how to keep all these different types of data, and you have to buy the infrastructure accordingly. But in case of Azure, you don't need to bother much. Only thing is that you have to know that what data types you have, what types of data you have, and accordingly you can just select that, okay, this data storage is particularly required now. Okay, so that is the advantage I am getting. Then data storage in virtual disk. So that is also possible, as we keep our data in the disk we have in with our machine, our laptop. And similarly, you can have some virtual disk option where you can save a huge amount of data. Suppose you just want to keep it for some purpose, and in case of virtual machine also, you can just use some drives, as you can use your local drives, in your machine or laptop. So that type of virtual disk storage options are also available. If you want it, you can use it. Okay, then there are some storage tiers. So storage tiers is basically for blob type of storage. We will come to that later point of time. So you can have different types of storage, means what type of data it is, whether it's a very current data, whether it's just historical data or very old, very huge data. So you can just categorize, and accordingly Azure will take care of your data, so that you can understand that if it keeps only the current data in some different place, so it will be very easy to find, so your performance will be improved. So these are the many of the benefits of data storage in Azure. So it will be a good choice to keep data in cloud platform. Okay. Now there are, as I told you, that different types of data are being handled by Azure. So there are three types of data broadly. First one is the structured data that we all are familiar, that we generally store in databases. So it is having some particular schema, and that means you can save it as a table, right? There are some rows and columns, fixed number of columns, fixed type of data, and they are known as relational data as well, that any relational database knowledge, with some relational database knowledge, you know that what type of data it is. Then comes the semi structured data. So semi structured means it is not having a particular schema, but it's kind of a key value pair kind of data is there. Okay, so that is called the semi structured data, and you can save it as non relational data, and it is NoSQL data, very familiar term nowadays. So I can keep the data, this type of semi structured data, so I can keep it in Azure storage. Okay, then comes the third type, that is unstructured data. So it is totally unstructured. Okay, there is no designated structure at all. So it can be in a PDF document, an image, JSON file, video file, anything, any type of data. I don't have any predefined format. So all these types of data can be stored in Azure storage. So we can leverage Azure storage for keeping all these types of data. Okay, so there are different Azure storage options. So for now we'll go through them, just the overview of them, and then we will move to some of the specific ones. Okay, so the first one is the Azure SQL database. I believe that you all are familiar with the SQL database. So here in Azure I am getting that same type of SQL database, which is based on the latest and stable version of Microsoft SQL Server database engine. So if you are creating a SQL database in Azure, the first benefit you are getting, that you are always getting the latest stable version. Okay, and if there is some update or some patch is there, some upgrade was done to the SQL Server, you don't need to worry about it, that if it is some on premise, then you have to look for that. Okay, there are some upgrade, I have to do it in my server. So all these things you don't need to bother on. So you can just work on the database server, and you are sure that it's like all the latest version is available. Okay, it can be used to build data driven applications and websites. So the way you can do in your on premise SQL Server, here also you can create some data driven applications. Okay, and there is a service called Azure Database Migration Service, which is very useful, that can be used to migrate existing SQL Server databases to Azure SQL Server databases with minimal downtime. So suppose you have some on-premise SQL Server database, and now you are thinking that I want to move it to cloud. Okay, cloud platform. So then this service will be used, and it is like very minimal effort and downtime. Through very minimal effort and downtime, you can just move it to Azure. So that is possible. Then comes another component, that is Cosmos DB. It's a globally distributed database service. So Cosmos DB is actually to handle NoSQL data. Okay, when we have this schemaless data, semi-structured data, for that we can use this Cosmos DB service. Okay. Then comes blob storage. It's kind of a file storage, but it is very efficient. Okay, and it is scalable, and it is cost effective as well, storage. So it's unstructured and highly scalable. That is the main feature of it. You can keep the unstructured files here, and it's highly scalable. As and when required, you can scale it. It can manage thousands of simultaneous uploads. Okay, there can be many uploads of files, massive amount of video data, constantly growing log files. So if there is unstructured data and huge volume of data, and there are a lot of streaming data also. I'll come to that at a later point of time. So suppose some live streaming or data is going on, so everything can be handled by blob storage. So it's a very useful thing and is scalable, it is cost effective, and performance wise also it is very good. Then comes Azure Data Lake Storage. So data lake storage is mainly, it's kind of a big data storage. So when you have many large repository you need, okay, for both structured and unstructured. So when you need everything means together, and it's a huge volume of data, kind of big data capabilities, everything is there in data lake storage. So you can use data lake storage for when you have large repository of data, both structured and unstructured data, and you are getting everything, means you are getting the reliability, you are getting the performance, at the same time you are getting the scalability and cost benefit. So it's kind of a very balanced one which can handle all of our requirements. So I have some huge data, I have different types of data, and I want it to be scalable, I don't want to have very costly solution, and I want a very good reliability and performance. So everything can be achieved with data lake storage. Okay, then there are some other storage options as well. Those are Azure Files, which are fully managed file shares in the cloud. It's kinds of file share, that we have some shared drive kind of thing that we use generally in on-premise solutions, that there is some shared drive, we just use it, we can mount it. So similarly we can mount these Azure files, okay, and it can be concurrently mounted by cloud or on-premise deployment. So it can be mounted from cloud solution, or it can be mounted from some on-premise of Windows, Linux and Mac OS. Okay, so I can just keep it as a file share. Then comes the Azure Queue. So it's also very important service which actually stores large number of messages. Okay, so there can be many services running, okay, in the Azure, and it is possible that some messages are coming from one service and they should be received and processed by some other service. And if the sender is sending so many messages, then it will be very difficult for the receiver, and some messages may be lost. So for that this Azure Queue comes into picture. So it can store many messages from the sender and it can send to the receiver one by one. Okay, that's the place where Azure Queue will be very useful. And there is the disk storage. So we have discussed about that I can have some disk storage, similar way I can do for on-premise. Here also I can have some disk storage. It provides disk for virtual machines, applications and other services to access and use as they need. So these are all types of storage options that Azure has, and they are very effective, and we have discussed of the benefits as well. And in the next session I will show you how to create Azure SQL database through the portal and how to use it. Okay, so thank you for now. We will discuss in the next session.